The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 82, NASDAQ up 91, S&P's up 34, gold. Gold contract up $21, trading at $1,500 an ounce. You got silver up 56 cents, $12.69 an ounce. Light sweet crude down $1.49, $23.73 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year up 29 ticks, 136.04. The 30-year up 2.5, almost 3 points at 175.14. King dollar down 750 ticks, trading at 102. Your euro's at 107. The yen is at 110.5, and the British pound is at 117 to 1 U.S. dollar. As we kick this off, folks, you got quad witching out here. Specifically what that means, if you take a look at this S&P, you're going to see this is always a really cool thing how this shakes out, because on the open, folks, you get the options on the S&P 500 expiring, and they always like to rock that around. They did it here. They brought the S&P down fast and furious. Guess what? It takes off from this point this afternoon. You're going to get the stock indices, the stock futures, as well as the single stock futures basically expiring. That's how the quad witching takes place. And guess what, folks? March 20th, we got a special day out here. Happy birthday, Tom.
Thanks, man.
You're not going to forget this one, man.
So true, so true. Quite a different life, man. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty low-key birthday event, but guess what? You can pick up takeout, man. I may get my favorite takeout and have a nice night at home, right? Just crazy.
What's your favorite takeout?
Well, I know we might go for some Outback.
Okay.
Give a shout to Darden Restaurants, the retail. They got good stuff. So I might get myself an Alice Springs chicken with some bacon. And I already know that I have an ice cream cake coming that's a Reese's Blizzard, something like that.
That does it.
So no matter what we have for dinner, man, Reese's Blizzard ice cream cake for the birthday. And a market that right now looks like it's almost flat. But how about 7% up and then like 5% down towards that open? 170 points up from 23.30 to almost 24.99 is what I, on the Thinkorswim platform. 170 points up and then 140 points down.
Listen, man, what happens, folks, is that these quad witchings are always pretty cool, man. I mean, and this one, of course, the volatility is much higher, so we got more action. My take is we're at bottoms here, so it's going to be really cool watching this whole thing shake out. And just as Tommy said, we were 1 point short of 2,500.
Now we're under 2,400. How about oil? Can we jump to oil, man?
Absolutely.
Because I was up before 6 in the morning. I said, I popped my eyes open, and just the markets in general, it's like, they're up like 4%, almost limit up. Okay, here we go. I glanced at oil when I was looking at the charts, and I was like, wow, look at oil. And I didn't look back. And I looked back when I went to do my 9 o'clock update, and I said, oh, man, what happened with oil?
No doubt. 27.45 down to 23.74, right? Bottom line is that, oil has that high volume low, and I don't think it's over yet on oil. I mean, that low out there is laying out there $20.06 on this contract, so pretty intense.
The percentage is just crazy, man. That's almost 40% up from where we were on Wednesday, and then 20% down.
And that's oil. Think about that for a second.
40% up, 20% down. Be careful in that market, man, especially if you're trading doubles and triples or anything like that. Seriously,
man. NDX 100. So let's take a look at it, folks. The bottom line is that you still, this is the place to be, man. This thing's going to get intriguing. We were as high as 76.24 out here as they took the S&Ps down. Of course, they took this south after being limit up. And don't be surprised. Let me tell you something. I think this is going to be a orderly day that you're just going to keep grinding higher. So we'll see how this baby shakes out. But what we did get out here yesterday is that if you take a look at the Qs, what you're going to see, you got to higher price, you had volume behind the move, and that's what it takes, man. You know, the Qs, the high of yesterday was 183.49. Right now you're at 180.42, and we'll see whether it can basically grind it out. But there's no doubt we get a lot of action out there. If you want to see something that's really wild, when we talk about triples, the TVEX, which is twice. Man. I know. This is twice the VIX, folks, okay? This thing is crazy, man. So you hit a high on Wednesday of 1,000. That's right. I got to talk to Basil about this. This is about as good as it gets. He talked about it on his show, evidently.
I bet he did. 1,000. That's about as good as it gets.
And we're talking about, folks,
to the penny. Yeah.
To the penny. 1000.00.
Yeah, that's 5 zeros you got there, including the cents that it matches up with.
And you know where we are today, folks? 586. Yesterday it went from 985 down to 525. Bottom line is that this thing's getting crushed, and I expect you're going to see it get crushed as we basically get off these lows. You know, we take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here today, and what you got Marvell's down $2. We have let's see, Apple's up 4. You got Microsoft up $2. MGM's up $1.70. American Airlines up 65. Carnival's up 181. I wouldn't touch either one of those, man. That's
right. I saw that. I know. Carnival, I think they had earnings in the midst of
right.
what was going.
Oh, then we get the senators, folks. Okay, so picture this, folks. This is the listen, man.
For you.
This is so.
I thought we might make it through the first segment without, but no, I say because I talked about it on the show. You emailed it to me. I had already last night the outrage, just friends and I, not in the market. But go for it. It's pretty remarkable.
It is remarkable, folks. And what it is, this is the remarkable part about it. All of these folks were on the Intelligence Committee, so they got a heads up. Okay, in January. This is late January, okay? So let's just look at this for a second. They got a heads up in late January, and you can say, so what you also have here is you can see that the government is not straight with the public about what is really actually happening. Because when you look at late January, oh my God, I mean, you're talking about the S&P. If I take even January 31st, which the lowest it was at was 32.14, okay? So the bottom line is that they got the information, got briefed, and evidently they got briefed that things are going to be bad, where bottom line is that, you know, you had the administration coming out saying everything's under control, don't worry about it. And guess what? They sold millions of dollars worth of stock, folks. The bottom line is that they sold at the highs, and it is what it is. And you're talking about Republicans as well as Democrats. It's just disgusting, man. I mean, it
sure is.
And it's continual. I mean, this is not something new. You know, this particular case, they got their hand caught in the cookie jar again and again. And, you know, they basically lied. You know, the most I get out of this, Tom, is that when you're on the Intelligence Committee, if they sold and they sold for the aspect that they wanted money, and then turned around to the public and said, listen, things are okay, that is the most disgusting part. It's not who cares about making the money, but I see it as the other aspect of it, that the fact is they weren't clean with the country.
No.
You know?
We'll pull out some more details, man. I have a tweet up there from Loeffler, you know, just March 10th, cheering on the economy and the strong jobs and all that. Meanwhile, her and her husband, chairman of the NYSE, right? Selling all those stocks. So for
Unreal.
sure.
Stay right there, Tommy and I come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other tigers and tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up $1.30, Nasdaq up 114, S&P's up 13.5. And as they say in that Jack Nicholson movie, You Can't Handle the Truth. What's the name of that movie?
A Few Good Men.
Yeah, A Few Good Men. I'm sure that that's what these senators are going to say, folks, because the bottom line is it's pretty disgusting. So who did we have sell, Tom?
So Richard Burr was the first one, I believe. Let me get so Richard Burr, he's the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Yeah. So that one was the first headline I saw. He's in the headlines as well for a separate audio recording from February 27th, where he was talking to a special club that, so he was talking to the Club for Business, the Tar Heel Circle Club for Business, saying how dire things could be on the 27th. But he sold between $628,000 and $1.7 million of his holdings on February 13th in 33 separate transactions, man.
And that folks, is on February. I don't mean to interrupt you, but February 13th, folks. Okay, the cash S&P was at 33.85. Yeah. And the low that was established is 22.80, just so you can get an idea of this. Sick. I mean, it's just...
And, what goes to his net worth estimated here is only $1.7 million. So it's not like he's worth $25 million, and you could argue I just made a sale that was maybe at a timely fashion. Yeah. That's between $700,000 and $1.7 million, almost an entire, to sell basically your almost entire portfolio. Right. As the chairman, he's getting more updates than anybody. And, what's most remarkable, right? So number one, he penned an op-ed February 7th saying that everything was all good. He gets caught on a recording. Caught on a recording late in February talking to a private club of all the details. But what he actually dumped, so he dumped up to $150,000 worth of shares of Wyndham Hotel and Resorts. All right, that stock, WYND, check out the drop than that alone. From $53, even I think where he got out, it was at about $50, down to $13 2 days ago. Okay, and he also had up to $100,000 of extended stay America. That's up to $250,000 of hotel chains he owned. And imagine hearing that. Yep. I'm sure travel was going to be shut down completely.
Right.
And what this goes into as well for Burr, all right, and it's Dianne Feinstein, it's Loeffler, we'll get into the others, but that Burr was one of just 3 senators who in 2012 opposed the bill that explicitly barred lawmakers and their staff from using non-public information for trades and required regular disclosure of those trades. In the bill, he argued that insider trading laws already applied. So to be one of those people, to be that indifferent, remarkable, man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's.
And then you have Senator Kelly Loeffler.
Yeah. The husband's the head
chairman,
of the NYSE?
I believe, of the NYSE. So this is just one instance, right? I haven't even watched the whole thing. But you're talking about a tweet from March 10th, concerned about coronavirus, consumer strong, economy strong, jobs are growing. At that point, she had already sold off her stocks and bought into a teleworking software stock that has gained since. And Dianne Feinstein, I believe, was out there.
Say this again. So hold it. She not only sold off, but then she bought a telecommunication stock?
I believe that's the case, yep.
That's about as sick as you can get. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and
folks,
that was 1.2 to 3.1 million worth of stock January 24th, the same day the closed door all-senator briefing on coronavirus. And that's in the few weeks that followed. So January 24th, maybe up into the same thing, middle of February.
Yeah. They figure we're all sheep. That's the real bottom line. So you got to think for yourself, man. It's just disgusting. It's like so far over the top. And the misinformation coming out after is, hey, everything's all right. Don't worry about it. It's crazy, man. 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at that silver market. So silver absolutely smoked. And, this is the first day that it has anything going for it, folks, okay? So it's going to be intriguing here to see if, in fact, it can get going to the upside. Silver just came down from the 24th of February, $19. We hit a low out here on Wednesday at $11.64. Right now, you're up with 50,000 contracts. So you do have a little push into higher price. We get into the small caps. Now, the small caps have been the weakest indice. They're the only indice that never hit an all-time high. The reason you want to keep an eye on them now is that the small caps got down to the lows of 2016, which in the IWM was 93. We hit, 1 second, it's 93. Yeah, it's 93.64, and the IWM hit 95. Because if the small caps can basically get any type of juice, it's telling you that there's buying out there because of the fact that that is still the weakest indice. So if they're buying that, the bottom line is that you'll see a bigger exponential move inside the S&P and the NDX 100.
You know what? Can I just jump back?
Yeah.
Because I found a quick summation of the 4 people because we were jumping around because it's so important, man. So the Times has an article out there, and it's talking about more Richard Burr because he is the Senate, Intelligence Chairman.
Sure.
It's so ridiculous the level of that. So you had Feinstein and her husband between $1.5 and $6 million worth of stock in Allogene Therapeutics. Yeah. Between January 31st and February 18th. Then you had Jim Inhofe, okay, all on January 27th. PayPal, Apple, Brookfield, real estate company, 400,000 or more. And Loeffler and her husband, he's the chairman of the NYSE, 27 stock sales, millions of dollars, started on the 24th. On that day, she tweeted about attending a Senate briefing on the virus. And that's stocks including Exxon, Ross, AutoZone. So I just wanted to get those details because that provides more context, man, of just how ridiculous and over the top it is. And
the thing that's amazing, folks, is that we're talking, they got a heads up like almost a full month before this thing fell apart. So this was out here. That's what I'd like you to get more than anything, okay? The bottom line is that it was out there. Bottom line is that administration-wise, even if it's out there, why wasn't something done about it? Kudlow, he's going to get down on that quote forever.
On what Burr, he should, because on what Burr said in that, and that's why it ties together so well, his recording, I'm not sure if you've heard it, Tom, you should go listen to it, everyone should. He warned that companies might have to curtail employee travel, schools should close, the military might be mobilized to compensate for overwhelmed hospitals. Okay, that was February 27th. So that's the Senate Intelligence Chairman on February 27th. Think about the rhetoric that was coming out of the White House and the people in the know during that time.
Pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Dow right up. It's up 216. We get the Nasdaq up 148. S&Ps are up 28. You get now we got triple witching. The first one already went off, folks, at the open up here. If we take a look inside the Dow Industrials, the strength versus the weakness out here today, we got Goldman Sachs putting negative 23, Procter & Gamble negative 19, 3M 17. Now, that's a good setup, folks. The reason being is that the rest of these stocks have really got smoked. You don't see anything really down big. You're only up 228. You got McDonald's putting 63 positive points, United Health 61, Travelers 46. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. And check out on the front page of TFNN. Tigers Den. We want you Tigers and Tigresses in there. Open house, 30 days, folks, absolutely free. Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 217, Nasdaq up 138, S&Ps are up 28. We go over to the VIX, folks. Take a look at the VIX. The VIX is starting to get crushed in a big way. This little baby, we take a look at it yesterday. What you're going to see, you're up to 84. You're at 61 right now. You're down another $10. My take is that You got this S&P up 29. I think you're going to see a lot higher prices. Like the S&P can be up $50 in about a heartbeat out here today. And I like the way that it's grinding higher.
How about coming into next week with that jobless number, man? All the speculation, right? And you hear 2 million thrown around. I heard Tweet LA talking about usually they get maybe 2,000 jobless claims a week or something, and they're getting 80,000 in a day. It's just going to be, I wonder.
It'll be exponential. There's no doubt, because just the restaurants alone. Think about just the restaurants alone.
Right, just those industries, yeah.
Let's go to Jim in Denver, Colorado. Hey, Jim, what's going on, brother?
Oh, I started calling and wish Tommy happy birthday.
That's a beautiful
Thanks, Jim.
day.
Thanks for calling, man.
You're welcome. And you may or may not remember talking to me sometime, I think it was in December, and I called about Apple.
Okay.
And I said my wife had some Apple, and she had had it for a long time. I think it was about $270 at the time.
Yeah.
And, we were thinking about selling it there, but we didn't. We just decided after talking to you guys, we would just maybe watch it every day. And we watched it until, I think, probably sometime in February. We're up around $320. And we sold it there. So we made another $50 after talking to you guys, which was
good for you, man.
For us.
That's pretty intense, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And so I was considering buying it back, but I also wanted to ask you, Tom, I hear you talking about the NQ.
Yes.
And how should I say? Probably the only way I have to trade that's with the Qs.
Yeah, well, and you called about the SMHs too, right?
Yes.
I'd buy them, hand over fist, man.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah. So the SMHs,
because I was kind of curious if in let's say in the Qs, if rather than just buying the ETF, if you might instead maybe buy the 5 top stocks.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can do that. You can do that. This is how it normally runs, and it looks to me like it's going to run the same way. The SMHs, folks, bring up the NDX 100. The NDX 100 brings up the composite. The composite drags the S&P and the Dow Industrials with it. If we go back and we take a look at this, and this has to do with technology, it has to do with where we're going as a society. And if you go take a look at the SMHs, you're going to see that the high of the low of 2018 was $99.13. Well, this came down to $96 and rejected it, and now you're going to get. This is what's so cool. Now, this is really so hard to do, folks. It's amazing. We're going to get a rejection of lower price with tremendously lighter volume. You got to really try to wrap your head around that. That is so hard to do in this month, okay? We know that nothing is impossible mathematically, okay? But that is about as cool as you get. It's 153 million shares that we basically went down December of 2018. We've only done 96 million shares this month. So, to spread that risk out, that would be kind of where I'd go in a second. Because the chip stocks are still running the deal, man, so.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. And I guess Amazon's still doing good, and so is...
big time.
How long do you plan on holding them?
Not doing too bad, I guess.
How long do you plan on holding them for, Jim?
Well, let me put it this way. I had a lot of luck with, trading like short term. So, for probably 20 years, I've been praying for a market crash and just figured I would, go in at that time and then hang on to it for probably till I die. So yeah, a long time. Yeah,
then I especially those strong companies, man.
Right.
Amazon, Apple, Microsoft.
Right.
Netflix, even a company like Disney, man, that's gotten hurt in 5 years.
Absolutely, man. This is so. Check this out. This is I've been in the markets a long time. I've been in the real estate market a long time. The way that I look at markets is that you make your money on the buys. Okay, so you don't really, that might sound twisted, folks, okay, but what ends up happening is if you have the patience to wait, it's buying low. I know we always say buy low and sell high, but what I've found in my lifetime is that I've made my money on the buys in the market. I've made my money on the buys on the real estate market. Because of the fact, what happens is that the sells will take care of themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're buying at much higher prices, your risk is tremendously going higher. And the key is, what you just said, is the patience and the longevity. And if you basically, have that long horizon, you're in much better shape. That's why Warren Buffett does so well. I mean, if you look at Warren Buffett, I've seen Warren Buffett lose hundreds of billions of dollars. But he doesn't sell. I mean, the first one, this is going back to the early 90s. He bought U.S. Air, and that's when he claimed he'd never buy another stock, an airline in his life, okay? The bottom line is that he went to a 90% loss. He basically kept it for 15 years, though, and it came back, okay? He's going to be in the same situation now with these airlines. This time he might not get out of it. He owns 10% of American. He owns 10% of United. But if you do that, your probability of basically making money goes much, much higher. And it's because you bought it right. You bought it at a lower price.
Right.
Same thing. A company that's in there, Walmart as well, man. These giant companies that were already going to run the world in terms of online delivery. There's no reason for them to be not at all-time highs almost.
Right. And Walmart's showing that Walmart is probably going to go exponential, because Walmart is showing that in a market like this, it went to all-time highs, so.
It'll really be interesting from a market perspective how this all contributes to things. I mean, did this just give Walmart a huge push, to start keeping up with Amazon? Everybody just started ordering online at Walmart that wasn't? Or does it just give Amazon the push? How do those two compete? Because maybe there's enough for both of them to steal from everybody else in terms of the online.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, I think there is. What is surprising? Let's look at Target for a second, Tom, because I heard you this morning, man. Because Target, folks,
what's going on with Target?
They have big groceries. I mean, that should have went exponential.
They're going to have delivery if Walmart can have delivery, right? Much smaller company, but yeah, they're down from 130 to 100. Man, I love Target. They have a great brand recognition. Right. Maybe it's just not the size that Walmart is to be able to compete with Amazon. I don't know, but not quite. Yeah,
and that's not a bad setup right now, actually. But
no, because Target as well. Target's going to be around, right? So at least in that capacity, you want to be, especially right now, be aware of that. Anything you're buying, Jim, they're going to be around. That's why the biggest of the big, because it's going to be a tough year, maybe even a year or two, right? Yeah. But 2, 3, 4 years down the road, it's, I imagine, back to normal.
Right. Okay,
man.
All right. Well, I appreciate all the information, and thanks for all your help.
Thanks for calling and listening.
Have a safe one, man.
All right,
no doubt. Yeah.
If you have conviction and you have that kind of time, man, I mean, even a company like Uber, it was remarkable, right? We talked about it yesterday. They said, worst case scenario, we're going to have $4 billion in cash left over when this thing chills out.
And he who has cash and she who has cash is the name of the game, man.
Yeah,
no doubt. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials up 293, Nasdaq's up 165, S&P's up 38. We'll come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 217, Nasdaq's up 143. You got the S&P's up 29. Tax day, folks, is going to go to July 15th instead of April 15th. And then on top of that, McConnell is saying that he wants this second stimulus bill passed by the Senate this coming Monday. And that second stimulus bill, folks, does have a lot of cash in it for people that are going to need that cash. You get $1,200 per person, $500 per child. For anyone that is making, as a single, $75,000 is a couple 150. So we're going to see that type of cash get into the marketplace pretty quick, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it's so wild, folks, is that I've seen when I had offices up in Alaska for, let's see, I guess about 6 or 7 years, and we have the Alaska Trust Fund up there. And when you see, like right now, I checked it last night, they pay $1,600 per person. When that money came into the economy, you wouldn't believe the not $1,600 per person up in Alaska per person, yes. Whether you're 6 months old or 60 years old.
Yep, every citizen, sure.
Yeah, and it explodes the economy. I mean, it's pretty wild. So I expect we're going to see some basically cash flow going, which we're going to need. Let's go to Mark in Bedford. Hey, Mark, what's going on, brother?
Not much, Tom. Happy birthday, Tommy.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Hey, how many spankings do we owe you, or don't we ask?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, we owe me a lot. We'll leave it at that. We owe me more than I want, man.
I can't even believe how old he is, because I'm younger than him. No.
I'm going to have to turn it around at some point.
So, Tommy, here's the question of the day. 3 other Dow stocks are in the tank. Oil is in the tank, and 2 of the oil stocks are in the Dow, Chevron and Exxon. And the third stock is Boeing, and we all know that Boeing's in the tank. So the question here is, can the Dow really rally? Now, we know that the semis and the Apples and everything else will bring up the NASDAQ. That's fine, but will that be enough to drag up the Dow? I don't know. What do you think?
No, it will, because the Boeing's only down $3. And what has happened, because Exxon and Chevron are so low now, okay, they're not a big part of the Dow Industrials. That's what's going on. So picture something. And this is where this comes down to, it's a price-weighted index, okay? So, ExxonMobil is only at $33 now, man. That's not a big mover inside the Dow Industrials.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about that. I said, geez, if the Dow is only 30 stocks and 10% of that is in the dog tank, So, is the thing going to move? So I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, listen, remember on the way up that, Tommy and I would talk about it a lot. Depending where Boeing went, it had everything to do with the Dow because of the way that it is basically set up as a price-weighted average. So that's what. So that being said, that's why I watch the S&P so much. You know what I mean? Because the S&P is the 500 largest companies in the country. It's spread out. Different ball game. I know. Price-wise and headline-wise, we're reporting the Dow as well as anyone else is. Because it is what it is. Yeah.
Tom, do you think the government will bail out Boeing? Nikki Haley quit that board last night because she was against that. So what do you think? You think they'll bail out Boeing? Yeah, she quit it because she knows they have to bail out Boeing. Right. Boeing's an equity, folks, that has to get bailed out. There's no. My take is that there's no doubt about it. It's one of the largest defense stocks. We're not going to let that down. We're certainly not going to let that down. It's not going to happen. Now the real question is, when you get the bailout here, I suspect the bailout is going to have the aspect of. Okay, so let's picture it. If Boeing needs cash right now, right? So if you went out in the marketplace and you did a secondary, right? A secondary would basically dilute the shareholders that are already in here. I expect that's what's going to happen. That the government will bail them out, but they'll get equity, and at some point in the future, they're going to sell equity again. The big number here, folks, is that is there going to be a restriction inside of that number one brings the dividend down, having a regulation that you bring the dividend down if you got bailed out. Number two specifically is as the stock buybacks. We'll see how this shakes out. What seems to happen each and every time that we have downdrafts, people say one thing and then, basically 16 months later, they basically want to get rid of all the regulations again.
Sure.
So.
All right, gentlemen. Well, fine. Thank you very much. You have a great weekend. And Tommy, again, happy birthday.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for the call, man.
Great hearing from you, Mark.
See you guys.
Okay,
Take care.
Bye.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go to Al in Winter Park. Hey, Al, what's happening, brother?
Hey, listen, I'm just looking at a retracement level on the UVIXY, trying to figure out where to get in.
Don't get in.
Do you have any kind of a number?
Don't get in. The VIX is going down, man. The VIX.
Yeah, but how far? Yeah.
How far? I'd say.
Yeah, you think it's over?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. The VIX next week will be down somewhere like into the 30s, 39, 40, whatever. When this gets crushed, it gets crushed like ASAP.
Well, don't you view this as just a counter trend rally on the S&P, right?
I don't. No. I think the low's in. Yeah. And even if it was a counter trend rally, I don't think you're going to see the volatility go up like we had it. This is kind of how these things get set up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's insightful. I appreciate that.
Okay, man.
Right. Thanks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. I don't think they've ever heard that before from me, Tom.
Yeah, there was pause there.
Well, they heard it in 2008 and 2009. Okay, because when you get the bottom line, folks, is that when you get downdrafts like this, okay, the bottom line is that this is a good downdraft. It did what it's supposed to do. People are still paranoid beyond belief, and that's what it takes, folks, to get a bottom in. I'm not saying you get into highs. I'm saying you're going to grind up, and things are going to be in. They are repriced. That's the real bottom line. And we get, one of the Tigers saying how can a low be in if everything shuts down from 30 to 60 days? I agree. There's no doubt it's shutting down. But guess what really is shutting down? What's shutting down is the smaller businesses. The larger businesses that are shutting down have plenty of money. They still have plenty of cash. Okay? Bottom line is that most businesses that are fairly healthy should have, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. The bottom line is that it is what it is, and my take is that the bottom is in though. We'll see where it shakes out. I mean the S&P you had down like 33%, I think, from that high to low. The Dow down like 36%. Right.
Mammoth numbers, man. Over the course of 30 days, too, keeping in mind.
And here, what you want, this is where the technicals, folks, can be so helpful to everyone. You got to believe in them. That's the other side of it. As soon as we come back, we'll just do this quick, but you're going to look at the Hang Seng, okay? So the Hang Seng last night was up 5%, okay? This thing was getting smoked just like everything else, but the bottom line, we start looking at these world markets, okay? You know, you get over to the Asian markets, bottom line is that the worst is over, you know, It's a 6 to 8 week deal. Stay right there, Tommy and I come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 373, Nasdaq's up 189, S&Ps are up 47. And folks, don't forget, come on over to our website at TFNN. It's a big deal out here. We know people are home. You want to basically growl and prowl with all these tigers and tigresses out here. Get some great information, just market information, folks. We have open house inside our tradies room, the Tigers Den. It's very easy to do. You just come to TFNN, under featured content, you hit open house, you hit subscribe, and then you hit monthly, $39 a month. As you hit that, folks, you're going to see that the promo code, Tom, is open, right?
That's right. Open for the open house. 4 letters, OPEN, open. Enter that in the promo code section and add it, and you'll see that minus 39.
Cool.
Show up. So you got a free month, 30 days. Try out the Den for a membership. Get in there as part of the Tigers Den open house going on right now. And yeah.
And so,
lots to talk about, man.
Right. So we haven't put their credit card in, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you're putting your credit card in, but you are not getting charged for the first 30 days, folks. If you decide to stay, that's when it'll get hit. So you can cancel before that. It's totally free. Check it out. Tell your friends, please, okay? Tell your friends watching Tiger TV. You go to YouTube, just put TFNN in there. You're going to get great information. We get great talk hosts. When you're at lows like this, it's important. It's really important, man.
Yeah, I mean, you just had the S&Ps. We're 70 points off the low, man. Made it in the last hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so,
and this is a typical of an option expiration, folks, when there's a quad witch, and they love bringing it down. The mind blower is that the option on the S&Ps expire at 9:30 in the morning. Tom, happy birthday. Make it a great year, man. You'll never forget this one, no doubt, man.
That's right. I appreciate it.
Stay right there. We got Think or Swim coming up next. That our man Basil Chapman. He's going to be riding that wave. Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Look at him, folks.